Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the City of North Point City Council regular session meeting Monday, March 4th, 2024 at 7 o'clock. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, Lori, roll call. Thank you, Mayor. Councilor Kendall.
Here.
Councilor Payton.
Here.
Councilor Sheldon.
Present.
Councilor Smith.
Here.
Mayor Linehan. Here. And Councilor Spade and Martinez are excused this evening. Great, thank you very much. Item 6 is our consent agenda, and we have 3 items on the agenda. The approval of this evening's regular session agenda, the approval of February 20th City Council minutes, and then the Tualatin River Watershed Commission Memorandum of Understanding. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes that we need to be aware of?
I did make a statement to Lori that in the prior minutes, I believe there was, let me find it.
Yeah, I know I made a correction in the minutes, previous minutes, the first February meeting.
Okay, on February 2020, under 6 public comment, it just stated that there were people regarding House Bill 4027-1. That should be 4026-1.
Oh, okay, I will get that corrected.
That's all I have.
Any other corrections to the minutes? All right, and then item 6C, we had a pretty good conversation about the memorandum of understanding. So are there any comments or questions about the consent agenda? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
I have a first. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All right. I have a first and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Hearing none. Motion carried. Thank you. Item 7 is the public comment. This is the time that we wish the public, if present, to speak on matters not on the agenda. I'll ask folks here in Christina's Hall if they wish to speak on any matters not on the agenda. Laura, do we have any submissions online or email or anything?
I didn't receive anything prior to the meeting, and it's just council online.
All right, great. Thank you very much. Item number 8 is our presentation with Rowan regarding the downtown rendering and the proposed downtown loan sign. So I'll turn this over to you, Rowan.
Good evening, council. Thank you again for having me. Andy, if you'll put that image, I gotcha. To refresh your memory, I was presenting to you guys at the beginning of February on a draft of this sign. This sign is the sign that will replace the current downtown welcome sign at the corner of Commercial and Glencoe, up near the new food cart pod. So at that corner, that sign is a basic sign structure and a basic sign base that will be now replaced with something more along the lines of the current design elements seen on the pedestrian bridge on West Union Road and the banner spires across Glencoe Road. This sign will be the same sign size as the current one, 4 feet by 8 feet, and will be in the same location. So the only change will be aesthetic. Now, this draft is, I took council's feedback and community feedback, and we gave that to the artist. Some things that might not be showing up clearly due to this being a projection The overall colors have been slightly more saturated, with the colors of the downtown scene being lightened to pop off the background a little bit more. And the color of the border and the text has been made into a true blue versus a more purpley tone than it was before. I'm not sure how well those play on this projection, but you guys should have a copy of this image with the staff report if you want to see a more true color representation. Some changes to the content of this sign we added in the library. I heard from several people that the library was a building that they really associated with North Plains. It's got a unique look. We added the community garden there and made some slight adjustments to the size of the buildings. They take up a little bit more of the sign now, in addition to a little bit of streetscaping elements that we added in there for detail. At this point, you guys have had some time to look over the sign. I think with that staff report, I'd welcome any comments, and I ultimately would love to get your approval to go forward with getting this sign painted.
Yes.
Mhm.
The two buildings, the little building in the middle of the little brown building, and then the one to the right, does that symbolize downtown or does it? The one right next to
The building on the far right,
yeah, what is
that is a sort of look forward. It's a reference, we've combined several reference images from Cornelius, McMinnville, and a few other Oregon towns of what new construction in downtown has looked like in those cities. And this is just sort of looking forward for what North Plains could look like, in addition to the throwback that we have with the old bank building and the Knights building.
Okay. Trouble with that is, I didn't know if the theme was all downtown buildings, and just for clarification.
I think that represents the future, Butch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We can go up to 3 now.
I showed this rendition to a couple of folks, and one commented about the 1910. They said, well, is there a way to, you know, when we became a city, is there a way to use 1910 on the sign? And they mentioned putting it on the train, right? But I know that the train on the side of the building downtown is number 3.
Mhm.
I'm not sure if there's a significance with number 3.
We gave it a street number.
We can definitely incorporate that 1910.
Instead of the
somewhat.
number 3.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
we can put that on
That
the
was-
building,
that
we can
was
put
her
that on the
suggestion.
train.
Yeah,
Definitely, we can work that in.
There could be a street number here on the old bank.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I was thinking that, yeah, the bank is kind of.
They're not gonna be looking that close because they.
No,
Yeah.
they're not.
That stop sign
it's
is-
general, that's pretty much true to life.
Other than that, I like the lighter color, especially on the street. And the lighter in the background. I think that was one thing that I had commented about the last time. Councilor Payton?
Rowan, I just want to say thank you so much for implementing feedback, and I think it looks amazing, and you have my full blessing. Looks great.
Thank you, Counselor.
I like it.
Okay, if we're just going to, I think, move forward with this design, incorporate some of that symbolism, that 1910. If in the next week, any ideas come to mind, any little details, feel free to email, we can work them in. But I'm very excited to get this project working. As previously mentioned, this is funded by our URA, and we're really thankful to be able to move forward and get some more character into a town that's packed full of it.
Yeah, no, I'd say you did a good job, that's for sure, because I think what they asked for in the elements, there's certainly, regardless of how it's, you know, renders up here, I think that's the right aspect, so.
Counselor Kendall, Counselor Smith, you're okay?
I, like I said before, this beats our other sign hands over, but. I mean, the other sign doesn't represent us like this one.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, you bet. All right, definitely a light agenda this evening, nothing for unfinished business or new business, anyone? City manager report.
Well, I don't have much else to present other than kind of what I encapsulated last Friday. Been doing quite a few business interviews. And then with the school principals, kind of in preparation for partly the mayor's state of the city, but there's only so much video footage we can have, and it's really going to be a speech from the mayor. But these will be good conversations with kind of newer businesses and older businesses that we can put out into the ether and share with the community. And I think the chamber could use, and the EDC would probably like to use those as well. Yeah, I guess the next meeting will be the state of the city, so we're doing quite a bit of preparation for that. Yep. Yeah, I don't really have a lot else to report from what I reported on Friday. Not much happened over the weekend, plus Chief Jones has anything to report there.
Counselor Sheldon, do you have any council report?
Yeah, I do have a council report. I was gonna make a comment,
Sure.
so you're reminding me of a couple things here. I'm just gonna ask about, do they have a site where they're showing the progress they're making? Any progress site? Swinnerton have anything like that on the public works facility?
Oh, yeah, what I should have them do is they're taking some stills and kind of putting those together. Maybe I'll see if they can get maybe a time lapse for us. They did have a video option that they could have done for us, but it was going to cost us $12,000, and I just said take some photos.
Right.
So we'll get some photos, and then maybe they can give us some of the weekly progress reports that they can put something together for us. I think monthly would be great. I'll have them do that.
Yeah, a lot of times
Share
those
that.
projects, they have a site where they keep photos on their site that they upload that's available generally to the public. So I don't know if they have that available, if they're taking those kinds of photos.
Yeah, they're probably in our SharePoint for the project where other RFIs and documents are being shared. Nothing public facing, but I'll see what we can do, and maybe we can put that on our website as well.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
thought is there's a number of people who probably don't even drive out that way.
Yeah.
Who otherwise don't really know what's going on.
Okay. Yep.
A lot of them don't read either. Okay, that's all I had, at least directed towards you. My council report is based on my visit to the library. It's the ex officio. We had a really good report from Robin, as usual, and she was very thorough. They had missed the meeting due to the ice, the weather event that we had. The prior meeting was not held. So it was a bit of a catch-up meeting, but we got a good chance to go through some of the things that are going on, some of the things that will be going on. She couldn't announce one of the grants. Now she has announced. And so that's good to see. So we're happy about that. And I had a good discussion with the entire board about the direction of where we're at and some of our projects and some of the things that are going on in our city. So all in all, it was a good meeting. It lasted quite a while, was attended well, and I enjoyed it. So that's all I have for that.
I got one comment. I was reading on Facebook today, there was some complaints about ecology. Has that come up? I haven't smelled it in a year, so. I'm just wondering.
No, I don't believe we received any phone calls, and if we get emails, I'll receive those, and they go to Ecology in the county, but nothing recent to my recollection.
Yeah, like I said, I just have to see it, and a couple people make comments on the Sunset vegetation. But I haven't smelled anything, so I don't know. That's
Well, I think there's, we used to have a link on our website where they could, actually, go directly to the county and DEQ and, file a complaint
Right.
Because remember, it's not in the city limits, it's in the county.
Correct.
And it's important to remind folks that, because many folks, especially new folks moving into our town, they don't know that. They don't know that, so.
Usually I don't like to read big comments back. Be dangerous.
Really. Counselor Pittman, did you have anything to report or anything like that? No? Okay. Counselor Kendall? Negative, yeah.
What about the Bobcat?
Oh, the Bobcat.
Last one.
Yes, the Bobcat. You understand?
Yes, would you come up, please? with the Bobcat?
Glad I came. Okay, so the Bobcat, see, Zach, I think the week before last, we got a call, I think it was a Tuesday, from the staff at G4 Archery, that they saw a Bobcat with a lake trap on a front left lane come onto their property from the west, so from the Glencoe side, things wandered up and was kind of in the wetland area outside their office or the building. So myself, along with the county deputy, OSP game trooper, we all responded out there. Luckily, everybody was close. Because my first thought was, what do you think, the Bobcat? And trap the one around town. So we got there. Luckily, it was hunkered down. I didn't want to go anywhere, as you can imagine, too fast anyway. ODFW responded as well. Sylvia Island too. And so they ended up coming out and tranquilizing the Bobcat, and removing the lake trap from it, doctoring it what they could, at least on the scene, and then doing the consult on the phone with the state vet. The state vet recommended taking it back to their office to kind of evaluate, because on the scene, kind of their assessment was the lake trap had been on for a week to 2 weeks. It had been wandering around for a while with this lake trap on. The cat was a decent sized cat, but rather skinny, probably due to being stuck in a lake trap. It was wandering around with a lake trap for a week plus. So they gave it a little more sedative and then transferred it back to their office. And they were going to kind of make the determination on whether they needed to like surgically remove the legs to kind of salvage the cat and be able to rehab it with a three-legged bobcat, which is questionable, or whether it was going to be able to just kind of live life as it was and doctor it the best they could, or if ultimately it was going to be best. So when ODFW took it back to the office, we didn't really know the outcome at that time, and I still don't know what they ended up doing. So.
Is that legal, the lake trap?
And so for OSP game trooper, they are legal on private property. Anybody that does trapping commercially, that needs to be branded and tagged so it's identified. But it is legal to use those on private property.
Even in the city?
And that's the problem. We don't know where the cat came from, if it's used in the city or if it wandered into the city. Obviously, that we can't really determine. And so we will speculate whether that can come inside the town or outside.
Question,
Yes.
how big was it? Was it 50 pounds or?
No,
20
it
pounds?
was probably, I would say as it was probably 35-ish pounds, probably. It probably is pushing, 40, 45. It was, healthy and able to hunt better. It was a good size cat.
I guess that's a first.
For me, yeah.
Yeah. Anyone else? Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, monthly meetings, everyone, if you have any conflicts, definitely speak up, but, I will be at the Economic Development meeting on Wednesday, and then Councilor Payton, Parks and Rec, Councilor Martinez, Planning Commission, and then Councilor Phage will do the Library Board, so.
I thought I was on planning, not for March.
Mark, oh, I'm sorry, yes, sorry, I looked. You want to eyeball down, sorry about that, yes, you are. And then again, on the 18th, in lieu of our city council meeting, we'll have the State of the City address, so I expect to see everyone here. And I don't think I have anything else to report.
Who's the April plan?
Anything else before we close, Andy?
No, ma'am, I'm looking here at whoever has March Planning Commission, you're getting off easy, but April, there's gonna be a few land use applications, so.
I've been lucky.
Councilor Martinez, it looks like. Yep.
Okay, all right, well, with that then, I'll go ahead and quit the city council and our meeting at 7:20. Thank you all. Good night, Councilor Chapin.
Thank
You.